We'll go ahead and move to the next item on the agenda, recognition. As you may or may not know, those of you that came in a little later, we had a recognition reception for Keith Strassner for his 15 years of service on the Board of Education here in Raleigh. And you think about what's happened over the last 15 years. I've been to every one of Keith Strassner's board meetings, having been in central office for 18 years. So I calculated roughly, he and I have been a part of over 300 board meetings as that's an approximation, because there have been some special ones too, so over the years. So I often say that being a member of a Board of Education is the highest calling of community service, because you're giving back to the children and the education processes in any community. And Keith has certainly epitomized what dedication means, and the proof is in the number of years he's dedicated his life to the children of the Raleigh Public Schools. So it gives me great pleasure to present him with a plaque of recognition and a certificate. He gets a lifetime activities pass, and I told him we don't have the activities pass here, so he has to carry this with him to every ball.
Great idea.
So when you walk into the football games this fall, just bring this with you. Keith, it's been a pleasure. It's your turn to take a place at the podium.
No, I think I'll stay here. We're not going to do the United Airlines thing, I promise you that.
We could just wheel you out.
No,
So I have to tell you, I never imagined I'd be sitting here today. For those of you that know me really well, this whole experience is way outside my comfort zone. I never imagined running for election, much less winning, and serving for this long. It's truly a humbling experience, and one for which I'll always be grateful. The last 15 years have been amazing, challenging at times, and occasionally frustrating, but always rewarding. 2002 was an interesting time for the Raleigh schools. We were just undergoing a state audit. The administration building had been destroyed in a fire, and we had a new superintendent. My first board meetings, Aaron and I were talking about those upstairs, were in the sanctuary of a church. Those were interesting times, and I have to confess, there were a few Thursday nights I went home and wondered what I'd gotten myself into. But I quickly discovered the one thing that makes this district special. The teachers, the administrators, the principals, the librarians, the custodians, the bus drivers, and all the staff that cared deeply about children and providing a wonderful education for our kids. You make our job as board members so very easy. In my time on the board, I've visited other school districts and worked with other board members from around the state. But this place is special, and it's because every one of you keep kids at the center of all we do. Of everything we've done in the last 15 years, the new buildings, the new programs, early childhood education, I have to tell you the one thing I'm most proud of is the creation of the student advisor on the board, Ashley this time. At every meeting, that one person sitting at the board table reinforces what our focus is. It's tough when you're debating, voting, deciding an issue, cutting budgets, not to look down the board table at Ashley or Craig Stevenson or Jesse Liu or the many others that have sat in that seat and ask the question, is this the best for kids? The students all tell us when their term is over what a great experience it's been, and they've each learned so much, but I have to say that I think a board is better because they are here. Ashley, thank you for being here and reminding us what's truly important. The question I'm most often asked when someone finds out I'm on a Board of Education is, why would you do that? I've answered, oh, it's not too bad. It's fun. You get to give out diplomas. But for me, the real answer why I did this is something I learned from my parents. Whatever you do, wherever you go in the end, if you leave it better than you found it, you've made a difference, and that matters. I hope in some small way I've left this district better than I found it. I want to end with a few thank yous. To the faculty, staff, students, and patrons, thank you for the honor of serving our community and trusting in me. To Aaron, Jerry Giger, and Terry Adams, who couldn't be here, those are the three superintendents I've worked with. Working with you has been a wonderful experience. Your dedication and focus makes this district the lighthouse district it is. Craig, Kelly, Vicki, and of course Nancy, you make this work seem effortless. Thank you. To my fellow board members, past and present, thank you. We've not always agreed. We've had some spirited debates, but I'm a better person for having known each of you. Carla, thank you for stepping up and serving. The district is in good hands. David and Emily, I could not have done this without you. I imagine having your dad on the Board of Education was sometimes interesting. But remember, back before School Messenger and Twitter, we were always the center of the universe when snow days came. You've grown to be amazing adults, and I couldn't be prouder. Nancy, we've missed a lot of Thursday nights together, and we've spent a couple wedding anniversaries watching election results. Not quite the romantic evening we'd hoped. Thank you for always being there, keeping us together, and I love you. Thank you.
Can we get a picture of all of us with Keith before? Yeah, the board, this present board?
Only if you'll smile.
Yeah.
I'll smile.
Apparently Emily can make him smile.
Yeah, Emily can do that.
Emily.
Gotta come make him smile.
Last time we, over here, over there.
In front of the bulldog.
Okay, in front of the bulldog? All right.
And next
And
year,
Ward, he wants you in there.
Come in the middle, the two roses will be on your side.
I don't know why we didn't pay the electric bill this year.
I know it's fun in here.
Want Aaron in here too? Don't we?
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
come on, Aaron.
On the board.
We have to have the roses by the guy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, with all these thorns.
That side sticks to your left shoulder.
Ready? It's 3, 2, 1.
Are you?
Got it.